put that question to Colonel Ajay Shukla, that in the nature in which this deployment has been carried out in the open, all tents lined up as if this was peacetime, not deployed for action, not deployed for a military operation, would suggest that this is really flexing of muscles, a show of strength, a sending of a strong signal to India that we can militarily dominate the area. It's not as if they actually intend to carry out any military operation, as it were. Multiple experts that we've been speaking to have come up with a similar assessment. Would you share that? Colonel Shukla, are you at all confident that this de-escalation and disengagement will yield some results?
Rahul, they are not planning a military operation. They have already conducted a military operation. The Chinese have entered Indian territory in military strength. They are consolidating defenses. And I don't know what Colonel Dinny considers to be defenses in the mountains, but by all accounts and by all the training that we received, defense in the mountains involves occupying the heights and constructing defenses on those heights. And that is precisely what the Chinese are doing. They have gotten on to Green Top on top of Finger 4, and your information is slightly outdated. They are now building downwards from the heights onto Finger 3 as well. So they are consolidating their presence, not just hanging around there. You might also like to get your satellite experts to study the south bank of the Pangong Tso. There are now about 1,500 Chinese soldiers who have occupied defenses on the south bank as well. So if this is not consolidating military defenses, preparing to fight a conventional battle in case India tries to evict them by force, then I don't know what is.
Colonel Dinny, you want to come in and counter that?
Yeah, sure, Rahul. Of course, Colonel Ajay would be knowing better than me, but still let me just counter, because I am an infantry officer and I've been in the mountains throughout my life. So let me just put it this way, that when you occupy a position on the mountains, everybody, it is not in a standalone mode. You have to be in support of some other entity. For example, if it's a company strength, you need another company to support you. So it is just sprinklings of 4 to 5 bunkers is in an isolated post, it is of no use. So if it's a battalion size strength there, then the entire battalion, you know what is the size of a battalion going to come there. Now in one finger, a spur, a few bunkers is nothing, first of all. Secondly, no way there is any indication that all these have been well sighted. There have been weapon pits duly marked in the manner in which the proper defenses are taken. This is not even the way the defenses are taken in the line of control scenario against Pakistan also. It is not even done in the same manner. Now the point, one more, Rahul, how we can misinterpret information is, I want to just put one more point across. This issue of South Bank, if I and Colonel Ajay are referring to the same thing, 19 kilometers south of the Finger 4 is what I think he is referring to. Now 19 kilometers south of Finger 4 is the Moldo, Chushul Moldo. That is the same place where the BPMs are being held, where twice the Lieutenant General talks have been held. So that is the exact place where whatever I could make out of the maps which was shown, that is the place which people were asking what is happening here. Now, if somebody says that Lieutenant General talks were held in the same area where there's a build-up taking place, then there's something wrong. That is the Chushul Moldo BPM hut, where both the Lieutenant General and Major...
Okay. So, Jayadeva Ranade, how do you see the current situation pan out? I don't want to spend any time looking at what the Indian Army can and cannot do, but we're interested in evicting the Chinese, getting them to go back. Are you confident that the disengagement, the de-escalation will yield some outcome, or do you think we're in this for the long haul?
I think it's difficult to respond to your question, will it or will it not? But let me put across a few arguments why in any case it will take a long time. Firstly, having made all this effort to bring them there, I would just advise that when we are looking at Chinese positions, whether it is through the satellite or through the naked eye on the ground, we must assume that there is a high element of deception going on from the Chinese side. So are they wanting us to see it? Is there something else being planned is one question. Second is Xi Jinping having put his reputation on the line as far as the PLA is concerned, having given the go-ahead and approved the plans for them to do all this, how can he pull them back without having achieved some substantial gain? That is my question, which is why I feel
No,
that
but what substantial gain can he? The Indian government and the Indian army is very firm. There is no question of the Indian army allowing China to dominate. The Indian army is determined on ensuring the status quo is restored. In such a scenario, how does Xi Jinping hope to achieve anything? If he wants for a shootout, there will be casualties on both sides, but that then diminishes his stature and his standing inside China.
Exactly, I quite agree with you. On the other hand, he may just try and wear us down if that is possible, but then he'll also get worn down. So he's, I think, put himself into a situation where the way things are headed, even the fact that if they stay on long enough, I can expect another skirmish or 2 or 3. I think, things are not going to be resolved very soon, Rahul. That's the closest I could say. I don't know what they're going to do. I have given you my assessment earlier that I think their main objective is to secure their investments in Aksai Chin, POK, Gilgit, Baltistan, CPEC, etc. And how they will achieve that, whether they will achieve it is a tough answer. But I'm sure that the Indian army is already, aware and they're already prepared. So it's not going to be an easy situation.